Are you actually real? Are you quit tired for real? Talk to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. You're not gonna pull up at the end of Slay Game as the final entrant?
I'm pulling up at the end of Slay Game to have people give me gummy bears for my birthday.
Okay.
Because my birthday is September 9th. I
was about to say, your birthday's there,
Bryce's birthday is September 5th. It's the day of the show.
No way.
So he's bulking, so bring him some gummy bears.
That's amazing.
I haven't even taken a bump. Not one since my last match. So I'm chilling.
Me are the original junglist from 19 what year, yeah, sir. Can't get to call them lock up. Freedom, youngster. There is no original more original than this.
Yo, what's going on, Slayers? This is your boy, Jon Johnson, kicking it straight out of King Slayer Productions. Yo, I got a very special guest on the pod today, the one and only R3. Formerly R3. I'm talking the Big Bad Bear, Charles Cassus. Yo, how you doing, dog?
Man, I missed the intros.
Yo.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Almost 2 years.
Now, full disclosure, that last one, we're not going to talk about it. However, we got a lot to catch up on, my guy.
Yeah.
Last time we were talking and messing around, you were actively on top of both Wrestledrag and IZ-Dub.
Damn, it's been that long.
It's been that long, baby. It's been that long.
Wow.
We haven't really talked since the retirement. So I gotta have, first off,
Quit-tirement. I don't know if I was brainwashed into thinking retirement is a bad word for indie wrestlers, but it's been engraved in my mind to call it a quit-tirement.
Why is it a quit-tirement?
I've heard before from people when I was coming up that in order to say you're retired, you should have made a shit ton of money in the business. It was like, you're not retiring. I know it's very controversial and whatever, and I don't mind it. Like if someone says they're retired, I'm not going to give you shit about it. But I think for me, because it's in my head, I always use the word quit-tirement. Even in like leading up to the final match, I kept saying, I will quit wrestling if you beat me. Like if you go back, not once did I say I will retire if I lose. I always said I will quit wrestling.
Wow.
So it's always been in my mind. So I call it a quit-tirement. And the people that put this notion in my head call it a quit-tirement.
So you're not a quitter. It's just quit tired.
Quit tired.
Okay.
Quit tired.
Quit tired.
You see, there's a lot of this going on.
I love it.
Doctor Strange.
I'm
sober. I'm drinking water.
So let's talk about it. First of all, because when did you actually debut in professional wrestling? My God, because you've been in for a minute. Talk to me. When was that year?
First pro match, because we're not going to talk about the stuff before that.
Oh, shit.
First pro match was April 13th, 2013. Wow. That was my first pro match at the new power plant is what we called it, because one of the promoters, like best friends, was Johnny Stamboli. So WCW called it the power plant, so we called our school the new power plant. Before that, I got hurt a lot, and it was stuff that you're embarrassed to talk about because it's all the backyard shit. Like I lost a fucking crack. I got chipped my tooth, which now I finally fixed it, so it's a fixed tooth now after 12, 13, 14 years.
Oh,
like
wow.
I just kind of dealt with it. So, and then finally got it fixed after I quit wrestling.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, it was my Super Rich was my first opponent.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was great. I was the hidden camera guy. So we did a promo where Rich had his first match already, and he was walking backstage, and all of the students were like congratulating him on his first match, and then the person recording, you just see it go, and then static, 480p YouTube static hits, and then the show after was like, the cameraman hit me. I don't know who it is, but I wanted them to come out. And this is kind of where the hoodie started, because when I would record, because I would film shows like legit, I would always wear a sleeveless hoodie. Now I don't know why, but that was like the thing. And then so when I came out, I was like, I think presentation wise, even though my big ass, no, you can't miss me, like would be if I wear the hoodie and like, oh, who is this? And then, oh, camera guy. So that was the whole thing with the hoodie. So I came out, and came out, and then we had our match in there, which I lost. His fucking his bony ass busted my lip. It was like a powerbomb spot, and then bumped me down. As soon as he hit me, just bah! I was like, brother.
That is amazing.
He's a good dude, though. I miss him.
So 20. So how many years? Over 20 now?
No, it was a little. It was a little over a decade when I stopped. Because November 2023. Right?
That's it.
Yeah, that's when I stopped.
Okay.
So it was like about 10 and a half years.
So you
active.
wrestled 10 and a half years. So then my next question, a follow-up would be, you wrestled for a lot of promotions. A lot of different promotions. Would you say under 200 promotions?
Shit.
In all 10 years of your wrestling?
I don't know. I want to say realistically probably under, if we're not counting name changes of promotions or whatever.
Does that happen a lot?
A couple of times. And yeah, I mean, it was, but it was a lot of random stuff. One of the things I regret, because I know people do it now, or at least I think they do, is I wish I would have logged my matches. Because again, this is one of those things where it's like, you don't fucking do that because you're a mark and blah, blah, blah. And on my head, I was like, I wish I didn't give a fuck back then, because I would have done it. Because I see people now who do it, and I was like, fuck, I missed it. It's funny, the first time I saw someone do it, I was like, you writing your matches down? And I think they thought I was going to give them shit. So they're like, yeah. And I was like, fuck, I wish I would have done that. And you can see they're like, okay, cool. But like, yeah, I wish I could have. And there was at one point where I tried to jot down just things by memory, but I'm like, I can't. It's too much.
I love it. Okay, so as you consistently go throughout, the big bi bear, we talked about it. My guy, he came out as bisexual, right? Doing his thing out here in independent professional wrestling. Now, you were also talking about back early days of 2014 and whatnot. My guy, that's quite a era of independent wrestling in Arizona to be in the closet, right?
Yeah.
So talk to me about that. How is that wrestling on the independent circuit with that, I guess, second life that you're hiding? What's going on?
Well, it's like it's one of those things that it happens in phases, I would have to say. Like, obviously when you're growing up and teenager in school, stuff happens, and in hindsight you kind of look back and you're like, okay, that makes sense. But in the moment you're not really like, this is what it is. Especially me growing up, like I'm 40 now, so my upbringing was very like, no, or if you cried or showed emotion, you were a girl or a bitch. And like, that's kind of what the Hispanic macho household was, at least for us. It was like, you don't do this, you don't act like a girl, F slurs and everything. Like, it was very common and very normal. So it was one of those things, like, I know I for sure developed some like internalized homophobia. But like, as you get older, you figure shit out. Towards like the end of high school is when I think I started realizing more, and then there were experiences throughout. I got caught once, and it was, ooh, yeah, dude. This was during like the fucking,
not in the locker room.
It was no. This was before wrestling.
Okay, cool.
Like, this was high school days, and during modem days, like fucking dial-up shit. So this was during Kazaa and all that stuff, and I remember, I don't know why I'm saying this. I remember one night, everybody was asleep, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to download songs. And then in my head, I was like, I wonder if they have this. And I downloaded a video, and I was like, okay, enough. And then I would delete it. Like, I would watch and delete it. And I think that was like, you know, an awakening in a sense. And then I downloaded a video, and before I could delete it, this fucking internet drops. I was like, shit. And everybody's sleeping. And some of my friends are sleeping in the living room. So then I tried to restart it, and the fucking so loud, dude. And it would not connect. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
and it wasn't like, the title wasn't like gay porn. It was just like the hiking something. It was something about hiking.
It's extremely inconspicuous.
Bro. And so then I was like, fuck. So in my head, I was like, I have to be the first one up in the morning, and I have to turn it on. Dude, God. I fell asleep, and I slept. By the time I got up, everybody was up, and I was like, fuck, I'm shitting bricks here. I'm completely in the closet here, by the way. And my friend calls. It was my friend's house, by the way. It wasn't even my house. And my friend calls his mom to ask for permission. Because when you do dial-up, for all you youngins, when you did dial-up, it takes away your phone, so you can't make phone calls while you're on the internet. So he calls his mom, and he's like, hey, can we use the internet? So then she's like, yeah. And I was like, fuck.
Oh my God.
And then they turn it on and they go to download music. And then what they see, like, download, I had just downloaded when my shit turned off, was I had downloaded this song from System of a Down and Wu-Tang Clan. They did a collaboration song. Wow. Have you heard this? You know Wu-Tang? You heard the song Shame?
Yes.
Shame on a something.
So you got
so they did this like rap rock album.
Yeah.
And System of a Down did that song with Wu-Tang. And from what I hear, like I read reports and shit, like Wu-Tang forced Serge Tankian, the singer of System of a Down, to say the word. So he says it in the song. Like he's just saying this shit in the song. It's a dope song.
That's amazing.
But anyway, so it's that. So it says shame on a N-word and then hiking whatever buddies. And they're like, what is this? And they click it. And there it is. And I was like, oh shit. Luckily, so it was two guy friends and then one of my friends, his sister. Thankfully, she came to my fucking aid because she was like, no, there's a movie like that. It's just probably the wrong file. And then she's like, right? I was like, yeah, it was some hiking movie I was looking at. And she's like, yeah, it's just a fucking movie. It's not anything else. So at that point, I knew they knew, but it was never brought up.
Right.
Because during those times, you don't. Wow. But anyway, everything went in phases. When I moved to AZ, like permanently, there wasn't... It was more feelings. Like everything was repressed. There was no, like the experimentation I did back then was easier because I had groups of friends and you kind of met people. And then there was another closeted dude who we ended up doing stuff. And that's how that happened. But like here, I don't know anybody. So it's just kind of like whatever. And yeah, you just kind of go through it. And as time went on, I had my first roommate when I decided to leave because living with my family was a nightmare.
That was the follow-up. How did the family feel about it?
So, I don't know. Because they haven't said shit.
What?
Yeah, they haven't said shit. But
are you in contact with the family to this day?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'll segue into that part because there's some shit with that. But
Okay.
When I first moved out, I was like 18. Got my first roommate. And... there was stuff happened in that phase of me like because from that point on I pretty much had roommates the entire time, so that made it easier for experimentation.
Right.
And at a certain point I kind of figured out, and then it was a question of like, am I gay and just dated and like girls because I think I have to? Am I this? And then it's a process of like, where do I stand? And then there's so much chopping just to get to the point. I know I talk a lot, but you're gonna fucking listen to me.
I'm just saying. Y'all here.
But there's so much to like put away because you build yourself, right? Like you do things to present more masculine. And you do things to do this, and you listen to certain music. Like I love Destiny's Child, but I would not listen to that shit and have my friends know. Like I would listen to that in private. Because it's like, oh, if they know I listen to girls singing, it's going to be bad. So in my head, I was like, do I really like Biggie and Tupac, or is it just because they're fucking gangster? Do I really like metal or new metal, or is it just because like the harder rock is going to make it seem like, oh, this dude's fucking whatever? So there's so many things that you try to figure out. The way you dress, the way you speak, how you, like all this stuff. And yeah, as time went on, it was just like partially easy, because you kind of take yourself away from any like romance or whatever. And because I told myself at one point, this is going to the grave. And I don't know, as time went on, I think I got comfortable with the people I was around, and then eventually getting like help as far as like therapy goes. And you kind of just figure it out. And it was through like therapy at first where I kind of figured out like where I stand, and I realized, okay, it's funny, I always do percentages, but we don't, if you're bisexual, you're bisexual. But if you must know, I do lean more like on the romantic side, attracted to males. And then, but like, and there's the times like, maybe I'm just gay and I'm not in fucking denial. And then I'll see a baddie and I'm like, that's the word people use now, right? I see a baddie and I'm like, all right, bro, I'm bi. But it's a lot. And even still now, to a point when I came out, it's like, okay, what parts of me are the parts that I built because I tried to put this person and which parts are actually me. And it's from everything, right? From like the music and the dressing, like it was always like dark clothes. So I'm like, oh, because if you wear a pink shirt, you're gay. If you wear earrings and this and that. So I feel like I'm slowly just more comfortable with who I am. And then when you add wrestling, so this is the wrestling part. Yeah, because I mean, attraction, right? But like, I never saw wrestling as that. Like every time I was training with people or was in a wrestling match, at no point am I like, oh, this is hot. Like, I'm like, okay, I want to be safe. I want to hurt this person. And I'm in like R3 mode essentially. But there's no point like in the wrestling aspect. I didn't get into wrestling because of it. Like, because I've had people ask questions, not in wrestling, but like people that you like.
Oh yeah.
I either talk to or
I got one of those questions.
Or dates.
It's from
like,
my mom. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so that's why you got into wrestling, right? Or which ones are hot? And it's like, obviously you can see and find people that are attractive, but I didn't get into wrestling to touch dudes. And whenever I'm in there, it's never a fucking like, oh yeah, this is fucking great. It's just more like I'm wrestling. I like the physicality and violence of it. So it's never that. In general, which is really weird because I never had affection growing up, but I'm quite an affectionate person in general. And obviously, I don't know what the thing is, but I think we all know that the straight boys like to fucking joke around a lot, and they're very,
which is interesting.
And so you know what I mean? Maybe I should say this. Never mind. I won't say it. I won't say that. But like, this person I knew who was very macho, don't fucking do any of that. I would see this person around other people, and they would joke a lot like that. In my head, it was just more like, I don't care. But for someone who's constantly like, it's a little interesting. I'll tell you off camera who it is, but I cannot. So anyway, so when I finally came out, there's a terrifying part of like, I don't look like I look like I shouldn't be. And no shit, now everyone that I've ever joked around with or been affectionate with is going to think that I want to fucking bang them. Like, all these things came about, and then obviously wrestling was more accepting, which I think was part of the reason why it helped me come out.
Right.
But there's still a bunch of unsure shit. Like, am I going to still be booked? If I am booked, are people going to want to turn me into like, okay, you're the big gay guy now? So there's so many things, so many factors. I'm like, am I going to just lose all the friends I had? And because you hear shit, right? At wrestling training, outside of that, anytime you hear certain things. So like anytime you would get put back in that place, being in the closet, because people don't know, it takes you like, okay, this isn't a good space for me to come out because this shit's happening.
Sure.
So it just keeps that fear going. And honestly, I don't know maybe I just got fed up. I don't know what triggered for me to do it. But like, I put a music video together and I was like, I saved it. I had it. I was like, I'm going to post it. Psych. I'm going to post it. Psych.
I was going to ask, how did you come out?
I made a video.
You made a video.
So
wait.
So there's this, I'll show it to you too, but like there's this band called I Prevail.
Okay.
And they have a song called Hurricane. Listen to it, banger. And to them, because I saw their music video was like vlog clips. Like it was just clips of them on tour.
Okay.
And then a bunch of shit. And then the entire video had text. Like, oh, you know, our tour bus burnt down and we went through the shit, but we came back and we were making music. So it was like the story within a story. And in the lyrics, I love music because I feel like music, you can take lyrics and put it to any situation or to your situation, no matter what the song's about.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, if music doesn't touch your soul, if music doesn't make you like cry or feel something, I don't want to be your friend. I don't even want to know you. Because to me, you are nothing. You are a shallow thing of nothing. If music doesn't have that effect. Bro, I don't know how people can't like music. And if you say you don't like music or listen to music, get the fuck out forever. Go fucking sit in a pile of dirt.
Damn.
Forever.
Dirt, not dirt. Not. Okay, fair.
Dark humor is my trauma response.
So, speaking of trauma, because I feel like we were leading to that, and then we segued just a second. Let's talk about it. The family. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so I'm gonna finish the coming out video first thing.
Yes,
I
I'm
know,
so sorry.
no, it's
I'm
okay.
so
We're all
sorry.
over the place. I'm surprised I remembered. So they had this video, and then the song spoke to me. I was like, "Holy shit!" And I used to vlog, obviously, with the wrestling vlogs, and I don't know. I kind of just started piecing together, and I was like, "Oh, this would be a cool way to do it, so I don't have to say it," because I was terrified. And to me, sometimes a lot throughout my life, not more so now, but sometimes I still do it. I would use music and songs to explain how I was feeling. Because I was like, hey, I am feeling fucking either angry or sad or whatever. And if you're like, hey, like, tell me about it. I'm like, I don't know how. Like, I don't know the words. Listen to the song. If I ever send you a song, I'm trying to tell you something.
Wow.
And if I'm not, I'm just saying like, yo, this song's a fucking banger. But if I don't, if I'm like, hey, listen to this, or I was thinking about you, or whatever, there is something in that message. Or if you ask me like, hey, what were your thoughts, or why do you like Korn so much? Korn is my favorite band. Then I will play you certain music. But yeah, so I made a video kind of like theirs. So I put vlog clips, and then I put the story of like, this is me, this is why I haven't come out, et cetera, and with the song, the Hurricane song. And then I would like, when I post it, no. Then one day I said, fuck it. I got brave at the gym. I posted it. I came out to Evan first. There was like 5 or 6 people that I came out to before I posted anything. It was just, but it was all through text. I fucking couldn't. I was like, I was ashamed. Honestly, like I was scared of the rejection. And it was through text. Daniel, oops, Evan, everybody knows.
No, she didn't. Wait a minute. He said, fourth wall broken. Let me talk to you.
Daniels.
Look at him.
So Daniels.
Yes.
Daniels.
The main event, Daniel. That's what it is. I love it.
I sent him a text when I got off work. Now that I'm not wrestling, I can tell you all that I have a job. Well, I don't have that job anymore. I have a really good, fucking amazing job
banger
now. Job. But when I got off work, I sent him a long text, and so that's how that started. And then, obviously, very supportive, and this doesn't change shit. Thank you for telling me. And then from then on, a little more brave. So there was like the close group of people that I told, but it was always, besides Evan, it was always at the gym. And I was like, you know what, I'm feeling brave right now. And then I would text people, and I let them know. Everybody was a great response. Like there was nothing. So I kept feeling better and better.
Yeah.
And then one day I said, fuck it. I'm going to post this video on my personal Facebook. And me and Evan went to the gym, and I'm getting messages and I'm getting questions like, hey, I think I saw this, because some people weren't on the same page. So, and then I was like, do I need to just post this on my wrestling page? He's like, if you want. I was like, fuck. And I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God. And then I said, fuck it. I shared it, and I just put my phone away. I'm like, I'm not looking at this until after the workout, because I can't. And dude, the amount of like support and love I got, like insane. Like I'm glad I waited till after the gym, because I was bawling my eyes out.
Oh,
but like,
wow.
Everything. It was, I think one person just said, I didn't expect that, which I don't know, could be good or bad. I don't know. But like, if anybody had anything bad to say, it wasn't said. Like everything that I saw was supportive and amazing voicemail. Like it was a lot. It was overwhelming in the best way. Is what I keep saying. I was like, wow. And then, of course, is when you're like, well, I should have done this sooner. But, of course, with time and how things work, like, this was just the time for me to do it. The only thing sometimes I look back on that's like, I don't want to say regret, but kind of like I guess I wish moment is, if I would have done this and been accepted a long time ago, I could have, like, life would have been different. But, like, there's a big part of my life that I didn't get to live until I was fucking 35. You know what I mean? I didn't get to come out at 20, 25 and just do my thing. So it was like I was hidden for a long time. And it just, so sometimes like, oh, I wonder how things would be. But I'm glad the way things worked out. I get to live life now and get to experience shit. So yeah, it was a fucking music video. And yeah, it was great. The first show I did was a lucha show. And I was like, damn it.
And it's since the video.
Fucking Hispanic culture. That was the first live show. But again, everybody was fucking... One person came up to me, because they always make like, I guess gay jokes. I don't
Sure.
They're just like always
They
say
just,
like, yeah. And I was like...
the same face they make.
And the first thing this person said to me, they're like, hey man, like good shit. I'm glad you get to be you. And then he's like, but I have a question. I was like, what? He's like, can I still make the jokes? I was like, because they were never offensive jokes. They weren't like any. It was just more like, oh hey, you want to go do this? Like it was shit like that. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I'd be more pissed if he'd stopped because of it. You know what I mean? And yeah, but everybody was super supportive. Like it was so like that added to it. Just every step, like being in the locker rooms again and seeing people and just hearing shit in person, just elevated and added to that. Now, my parents. So I haven't seen my mom in 12 or 15 years, somewhere in there.
So before the last time I started wrestling.
Yeah, the last time I saw her, she was being taken by ICE.
No.
Yes.
Shit.
Yes. So if I ever like give people shit or either post about it, and I know there's like certain people or other sides that are like, well, it's not a big deal, it's not happening to you. I've seen someone be like the last words that I've ever heard from her mouth was like, please don't let them take me. And obviously this was like way back when, so it was tough because it was just one of those things to where like, I don't really know what to do. There's no, now you have like information and TikTok and post this and say this, and back then it was just like, yeah. So that's the last time I saw her, and I haven't seen her since. The last I heard, she's fine, back home, but I don't, and I started with that said, so obviously that's fucked up, right? But like she had a lot of stuff going on, so it was very, I don't know, it was very. It's hard. Okay, so it's tough because when you heal and when you like learn shit, you understand what could have been happening with them. So now in my head, I'm like, because I was super pissed at her, right? Because she did a lot of stuff that she wasn't supposed to do. She like stole from me, which is one of the reasons I moved out, because she was stealing my shit and selling it. And and every time while I was moved out, anytime I would come to visit or something, it was always like, I need a ride, I need money, and it became to the point where I'm like, I'm not your ATM, So, but then after like as time goes, you realize, like, oh shit, it's like, all the shit that she went through, like who knows the stuff she was going through in her house. We call this the house,
right?
And it doesn't make it okay to like steal from your fucking son or whatever, but it gives you a little bit more understanding, like knowing all the shit she went through. That's like, well, that makes sense. Like she was abandoned by her parents, and her grandma or like her grandparents raised her and they were sweet, but her mom was a fucking bitch. I met this lady once. I don't remember shit about my childhood, but I do remember meeting her and that she was a fucking asshole. Like it was terrible. But anyway, but like you have the understanding, right? Like, oh man, she went through a bunch of shit, so I get why certain behaviors were there, but it doesn't make it okay. So like, because I know a lot of the questions are like, why don't you try to reach out to her and this and that? Because the last time I tried to, it was still, you should send me money. And I know people struggle and shit like that, but you don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. And to me, for my peace, it's better if I just stay away. My father lives in the state. We don't talk much. I don't really talk much to my family. I'm kind of like the black sheep, which is very cliche thing to say, but I'm literally the black sheep. Like I'm just kind of, and part of it, I don't want to say they push me. It's a two-way thing. Okay. Like I felt pushed, and then at a certain point, I was like, I want to do something else with my life, or do a different thing of life. So do your thing, and I'll do mine. So it's not like I used to definitely be in a place where I won't just talk shit. Like fuck this and fuck them and fuck that, but like, nah, like again, it's one of those things to where you place yourself in, like, try to understand the perspective. And I don't forgive it, and it's still fucked up, but at least for my piece, it was good to accept the fact that's just like, I'm good.
Right.
You know, like I am. Like, it took a long time for me to actually be good. Because you miss, like, I grew up watching sitcoms, like fucking Full House and Family Matters. So I'm like, oh, I want the dad who takes me to their study and there's nice music and he gives you a hug and gives you a nice lecture. I never got that shit. And I was the oldest. So, like, I grew up always wanting, like, a big brother. And I don't know if it was because I had nobody to go to and I was the oldest, so I was the one taking care of shit. I don't know what it is, but, like, I always, like, wanted someone to just fucking take care of me. And I think that's just the inner child that's, like, screaming for help. So now, in therapy terms, I'm the big brother to little Charlie, essentially. Ooh. So it's like...
Hey, you're the big brother to a lot of people. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so when I came out, I had aunts and uncles who said stuff, nice stuff.
Not nice stuff.
Nice stuff.
Oh,
They
okay,
did, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
And my dad never said anything. I know he knows.
Okay.
Because this motherfucker has Facebook too. and if he didn't see it, one of my aunts and uncles told him. So, but there's never been a word. I mean, we talk for like 30 seconds every 2 months or some shit. Just like, how you doing? Good, or through text. If you're watching this, he's going to be like, why are you talking shit? And I'm not. I'm just being honest. I'm not talking shit. Right?
He said right.
But yeah, I'm like, to me, it's better for I keep saying peace, but for, like, to have, like, a
Sanity?
good space and safe space and everything, it's
Absolutely.
good. And just a reminder that if I cut off my parents, none of you motherfuckers are safe.
I'm just saying. If he'll do it to them.
No, I have really good people. It's always one of the nice things that, like, you grow up learning and actually believing is that you have, like, a chosen family that you can, like, go to. And I have some really good fucking people around me, like, legit.
Hey.
One of the things throughout almost the entirety of me being around wrestling, it was not only the shows, but it was also training. Like, whether it was obviously me training, I was always training, but then it got to a point where I was helping my coach, and then I would take, like, on my own day on when I probably shouldn't have a day, let's be honest. But, like, I've always been, besides, like, the pandemic and then maybe, like, a year, 6 months to a year somewhere else in there, I have always been a part of, like, the training system. That's why I know all these fuckers.
That's how I met you.
Because so I've always been. It's been constant. Like, I've always been. It's honest. Like, especially at one point I was working retail. So, like, working retail, trying to get days off for a show.
You was at Best Buy, trying to go in there. Your big ass at Best Buy. Me trying to check out. Hell no. Were you all a customer service? Did they just send them to you if they had a problem, and then you just take them out back and just, give them an old suplex up through a table? What's going on?
I've always, in my retail years, I've pretty much always been in, like, a management position.
I listened to.
I worked hard for that shit because when I started, my first job was at Big Lots, my first retail job, and I was seasonal. Like, it was literally like, hey, we just need you for Christmas. We're probably gonna let you go in January, February, and I kept doing well, so I got more hours. And then I remember we needed it, and they called it an associate manager, which is like the bottom manager. And I remember our district manager came in, and they had me work with him. And after that day was over, the next day, my store manager came up. He's like, hey, so you got pitched to take over the spot, which was fucking hell because I was the new guy still. So you had all these employees who were like, I'm going to get the spot. And they liked me at that point, right? They liked me. So they were all talk shit. And we're like, I need to get this fucking spot. And Scott better give me this promotion.
And they would just tell you all these things.
And I was like, yeah, one of you guys deserves it. And then they fucking tell me this. And I was like, fuck, dude. And it was literally one of those things where when I first became manager, they would not listen to me because they were like, fuck you. And I think it was one breaking point where I was like, do what I fucking say kind of thing. And luckily, I ended up getting transferred somewhere else. Not because of that. Like, the store closed down because it was...
poor management?
No, it was just in a bad place. Actually, I don't know if you've been there, but the Lucha shows where Stratus is... That was Big Lots. The clothing store or whatever was a Blockbuster, and then it was Big Lots. So that's my first this first store I worked at.
What?
And now it's fucking Stratus and then there's some like clothing thing or some shit. But yeah, you know the area, so it was it closed down for a reason.
Wow.
But I got
that's the only reason I go over there. I'm not going
just for the
so that kind of makes sense. Now that you say that, I have no other reason to go over there.
So yeah, it's always been in that area. But anyway, like with retail, especially in a management position, it's hard because you're kind of requested for all these days. Fucking daily schedules are weird as shit, and yeah, so having like weekdays off and then training days. So trying to get those. Dude, there were times when the AWF school was at the Glendale spot where you started. I would take a lunch and I would drive to training for like 45 minutes just to see what was going on. Then I would drive back and close the store.
What?
Like I would, it was, and it was,
wow.
It was kind of stupid, to be honest. Like I should have had some boundaries and just like I can't go today. But I fucking wanted it, and I wanted to help, and I wanted to be a part of the process. But like I was through all that. All that to say that I feel like being through all that training, through all that time, helped with the process of helping figure out myself, whether it was in ring or out of the ring, and seeing others kind of come up with their shit kind of helped me. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, it was. I think as you grow in life, as you change as a person, I feel like that alters who you are as a character. And then obviously you have different outside things. Like if a promoter pitches something like, hey, you should do this. Or you wrestle someone with a lot of experience and like, hey, this is good, but you should try this. And I feel all those little things I always tell people, you have like a foundation. So like Bryce and Damien, right? Like they had a foundation. Mm-hmm. And then we build a groundwork. And that's my job to kind of help them build that. Hello, English, hike! Help them build that. Leave that on. You
love it.
You help them build that part, right? But one thing you realize is like the bricks of the house and the doors and all that are gonna come from different places and different people. And you have to allow that. It can't be this whole thing of like, I'm your teacher, I'm your mentor, don't listen to anybody else. Like you have to like go somewhere and go to Vegas, and if a fucking Chris Bay gives you advice, you take it, and then you there's a brick, and then you go to another promotion, and then someone else gives you some advice, and if it works for you and it's like, this is good shit, these are the bricks that are helping, right? When we were running training, Jacob Austin Young would come in, like, please, you know what you're doing, show them. And he could show them things that I didn't know because I'm a fucking big ass dude. So if these people need to like see it or get a perspective from someone else, then do it. So you have like all these bricks. So I was fortunate to have that shit come to me. And yeah, when I first started, I wanted to at that time or before that, Jericho in WCW, he would have this thing where every time he would lose, he would throw a fit and he would like smash a chair. I wanted to do that. I wanted to just lose, and I wanted to carry the chair and beat the post because I got pissed. But I wanted to carry the same chair. I wanted that thing to just be obliterated and destroyed. And they pretty much told me, no, it's like, you're too big, so do like a bully thing. Like, oh, okay. And we kind of went into the camera person. Like Richie had a fucking Superman cape he came out with. So my first feud was that I stole his cape. And then the feud ended with a cape on a pole match, and then there's a kendo stick on the other side. So, and people think like, oh, that's cheesy, but Bret Hart and fucking Pierre did a feud for the jacket, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we made it work, and it was fun to have like an actual story feud. But like so now I'm the bully, and then you go into good guy. I did it wearing a Santa outfit, by the way. But and I hit some dude with the Bible, which is fucking hilarious. But yeah, so I did a face turn, and I didn't know yet like how to take it, so it was very bleh. But you feel it out, like it's good because you have to learn all that shit. And then when we started AWF, it was teaming with Evan. But we realized at that point that it wasn't really like we needed more seasoning on our own. Okay. And I turned on him, one of the fucking loudest reactions ever, by the way. It's fucking beautiful.
Wow.
Because we had a tag match we lost, and it was the let me help you up, it's good. And at that point, he had the fucking dance. I don't know what dance, but it's one of those things where you shake your hand. I don't know. I'll show it to you. Someone has to know. And I'm like, go do it. And so he got on the second rope and started dancing. And I remember there was even a fan, Devin, who came up and started doing the dance with him. So you see Devin fucking 7 years old, 8 years old, somewhere in there.
Oh,
he's doing the dance,
God.
and Daniel Evan's doing it. I gotta stop that. And Evan's doing it, and then I go in and powerbomb, and everybody just fucking goes, "Oh shit!"
Just makes him eat shirt in front of this kid.
So that you know Devin, yeah. So dude, that kid's been watching me since my first match. Like his Jamie, his mom was taking him to all these shows. And so yeah, I turned, and that was, again, bad guy. And I felt more comfortable. And then you circle back, and then we're teaming up officially from like when Championship Wrestling came back to it was the Desert Diamond in Tucson. And yeah, I mean, from there it became like we're fucking a bad guy tag team. And then we kind of blended our styles. And we became the Brothers of Wrestling. And at that point is when I got to experience more of the humor side. So I got to be more outgoing, and our promos were more like funny. Like we did a promo with the Snickers bar, so we're like we were bad guys talking shit, and then the announcer was like, "Man, you guys need a Snickers." And then we took a bite of Snickers, and then we're good guys again. So like it was fun to have like a different vibe, a different style, a different thing in the ring. At least for me, because I feel like I blended more into what Evan was, right? But we still brought like a more out of each other, because I think that made him become more outgoing, like outward, like that personality just shine through. So it was good, and then we turned bad, and that's when we had those masks. It was just an accident. We wore them for like a Halloween show. And someone was like, you guys should keep wearing those. So we're like, cool, we'll keep wearing them. And then that evolved into like a different type of mask, because the ones we had were just cheap plastic. I'm like, we need to get a little more serious than this. And yeah, so everything was just more, I believe, with the circumstance, the advice we got from people, and us as just human beings in general growing is what changed stuff. And you get comfortable with things, and you want to, obviously you have influences like movies and wrestling and stuff, but you kind of know what you want. Everybody always says, because it's one of the hardest questions. Everybody's like, what's your gimmick, kid? Or what's this? And it's hard to answer, and everybody has their reasoning or what you should be able to explain your gimmick in one sentence and this and that. So there's all these different ways of how people look at that. I think one of the biggest mistakes people are doing now, I don't like using the word kids, but people are doing now, is when they come in and they already have like a nickname. And they're already like, this is who I am. And I was like, you haven't even had a match yet. How can you be the fucking desert destroyer if no one knows who you are? Like, it doesn't, I think that's a bad move, in my opinion. And coming from a guy who had three words as his nickname, take it from me. But you learn from that shit, you know? It's and you gotta like let shit come. Like head collector, I didn't come up with that. People started calling me that, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with it because it sounds cool, and they all fucking love it.
Right.
The R3's gonna kill you. I never said that.
Right.
They said that, so it feels more organic, and it's from the people. Like they're kind of giving you these things. So I just felt like you have to, as I grew and got more comfortable. So like when you start, it's just like here's the basic idea. I feel like knowing what your gimmick is or realizing what it's becoming is when you become more comfortable with yourself. And you kind of know more about yourself, and then that translates into the character. Obviously, there are times where a wrestler will play a character that's just like, I need you to be the fucking spaceman from here. So it's obviously not you, but you can still throw in your personality into it, so it doesn't come across as fake. Because then the promos are like, man, I'm going to get you on August 17th at the fucking building, you know. I was like, okay, cool. Thanks for the infomercial. So, and I don't give a fuck. So, and you get more like my promos. There were some fucking awful ones, and a lot of them were because I was scared of what people would think. I was scared of saying certain things because then they're like, okay, this person will get mad. And if you try to please everybody that you're trying to please, it's fucking, you can't. You cannot. And that was one of the issues. And
you don't think about feelings in your promos.
No.
You just do them.
Yeah, and before it was like, okay, I got to say this, but I don't want to say this because I don't want to piss this fool off, or I don't want to get too personal. And obviously you can talk and figure out what the line is. And a lot of it, like for me, was screaming. Like screaming on cue, I cannot. Because Charles isn't a confrontational person.
Sure.
So I'm not a very loud person per se. So when people are like, you got to scream this promo, I was like, yeah, I'm going to get you. And it just sounded fucking stupid. Because it was not. But when you let me just talk how I want to talk and I feel it, then you've heard me scream. So it's there, but it's there when I feel it.
Absolutely.
And when I scream, when I feel it's pretty fucking good. And I worked a lot. I mean, with TV, Championship Wrestling helped me time promos a certain way. And Spanish is my first language. I don't learn English until I was like 10 or 11, by the way. But as I got older, because I got picked on a lot, I worked hard on pronouncing things and speaking a certain way and writing things. Like English, I fucking destroyed English. Like my teacher bought me a Six Flags season pass because I did so fucking good. And then I ditched like 2 months of school after that to go. So it kind of fucked up. But I did so fucking good because I always did the extra credit. I would do my homework in her class because she would stay after. And yeah, I learned everything. When I had a flip phone, texting, because obviously it was like the C and the U to save, because it was like clicks. I would still try to do full sentences to like train myself to properly speak. And there was times in the first promos where if I start going, my words get jumbled. So I had to like train myself. I'm like, okay, talk at a certain pace and do it so people can understand you. Talk louder, because a big thing of me was like I speak like low, and then if you're like, huh? Then I get pissed. See, this is me admitting one of my faults. I talk to people and I talk low because I'm like, hey, you want to do this? And you're like, what? And I was like, do you want to do this? And I get pissed and it's not even their fault. And I still do. I try not to, but I still do it sometimes. And I admit it. It's my fucking fault because sometimes I still struggle with speaking low. I think it's like a privacy thing. Like if we're in a room, and even if I don't care if they hear, it's always like, hey, do you want to do this? Because I think it's definitely a childhood thing, but it's one of those things where I don't want to disrupt. So like if we're in a public space, like if we're walking at the store,
sure.
Even if it doesn't have to be private, I'm always like, hey, did you see this? Because I don't want the people to hear. Instead of like, hey, did you see this? And then you're like, what was that? Nothing. Nothing, John.
I can see you in the store right now doing this shit. I'm not gonna lie.
And I feel bad because I've taken that out on people, but like, I know it's I got to work on
That's
that
amazing.
So, and it sucks because I do it sometimes. People talk to me, I was like, what was that? And I was like, fuck, you're doing it, dude. See? You see?
I love it.
Anyway, but I worked on pacing.
Okay.
And that stuff kind of helps. All these little things help with the character. And as I got more comfortable with myself, it changed. Like the Championship Wrestling, after our team disbanded and Evan took his break, like that was a time for me to shine. And I appreciate the fuck out of Mick and Peter and Marquez because they gave me the platform. Like one of the things when we came, my first solo match after that, I bought new gear. I bought a fucking, one of my, I don't know if I'll tell this story now, but this kid who I almost adopted. Yeah. What? But he's doing great now, and he's fucking doing great at life. I love him. But he gifted me a mask that he saw, like the helmet thing that you end up seeing now. Yeah. He gifted me that, so I'm like, I'm gonna start using this, and I got purple, silver. Like I got new gear. I did a new jacket. I did everything, and They appreciated that I just didn't come back with my tag gear as a solo guy. Like I came back like, oh, you fucking put effort and invested in whatever. And yeah, and that became, it was 2019, that became the year that I was like undefeated. It went from like just breaking up from a tag team to like winning the belt towards the end of the year, right? Before the pandemic ruined everything. And and yeah, so like the investment on there, and that brought a new level to it because I was feuding with Peter Avalon.
Sure.
So it was like new things were coming out, a new aggression. So it wasn't just bully R3, it was now like a new level of it. I was getting more comfortable speaking. So everything was just gonna, again, when the real life stuff was coming around, I was getting a little more confident in me so you could see that. And then it translated, it eventually became a thing to where like, good guy or bad guy, I got to just be me, right? Like, it's like I'm always me. It just depends who you put me against, what people are gonna say. So if you put me against the guy who everybody hates, I'm gonna get cheered. If you put me against the person everybody loves, I'm probably gonna get booed or like, what are you doing, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like towards the end, I became my shadow self, is what we'll call it. So it's me, but it's with the addition of everything that I couldn't be and everything that I wanted to be. It was like my protector.
Okay.
So I'm not confrontational. I don't really like confrontation.
Sure.
I get super anxious about it. I'm better with uncomfortable conversations now because of therapy, but it's still one of those things that's like, crap. Mm-hmm. I'm not violent.
Right.
So R3 is me, but he does. But this final like evolution is like he doesn't care. He speaks his mind no matter what. He is violent.
Sure.
He loves confrontation. He is like, funny enough, the big brother I always wanted. Like he's got my back, sure. And it's everything that I couldn't be because growing up, with my upbringing, it was like shame and I didn't know who I was. And if I spoke out, shit happened. Like shit went down, and like all those struggles. So this is the person that is able to do that and isn't ashamed of all of that. And yeah, so like it's like I became like that version of myself, and I don't say, I know like I look a certain way, but it's never been like I'm the devil or I'm the monster. I don't think I ever called myself a monster. No. Like I never portrayed myself as like, oh, I'm this. I'm like, I'm just fucking Charles Cassus, and you look at me and you say whatever. I say I can be this, I can do this, but it was just kind of me, and I adjusted my style to who I wanted to be. The whole like I thing was essentially a mix of both. So it was supposed to be like this side, which had no contact, was me. It was Charlie. And the side with the contact was Cassus. And it was blended. And I did this whole story in my head. I probably should have done a better job at presenting it in video. But when I dropped the mask, my idea was all like this was my, there's another like paranormal-ish story that goes along with the mask that I can tell you after because it's way too long for this. But I had an experience, and this mask represented that experience that I tried to neglect for a long time. Like I had night terrors from this experience. What? Like it was years of like some really fucking crazy shit. And this mask, this final mask, is kind of what represented that. So in my head, it was like an acceptance of that. Because for a long time, I was trying to deny it. And eventually it became like, you know what? What if you're protecting me and you're not trying to scare me? So it was like a morphing. Wow. I turned it into a wrestling thing towards like a morph. Ooh, so then when I got rid of the mask, I think I added the white contact like shortly after. Okay. But then when I got rid of the mask, like about the all white or the blue contact, it became a thing of like the mask is gone because I've accepted this entity and it's in me now. So I don't need a mask because the mask has nothing anymore. So to me, that was the story I was trying to tell. Okay. The I isn't because I'm the devil. It was like, the devil. It was R3, Cassus, or the entity, and then me. And it was us joining forces together.
Now, does that have anything to do with the changing of the name? Because I know at one point you were just R3. And then at some point I came back, you were Charles Cassus. Like, is there a difference between the two? Was that you mixing them both? Talk to me.
No, so that was when we all professional. So that was when me and Peter were feuding before the pandemic happened. We were supposed to have like our blow off match. We were talking about getting personal, and one of the things I pitched was like, you start calling me Charles, and start getting like personal with the name. So when I come and I want to use it like against you in a sense, to where when I get introduced at that show, I want to be introduced as Charles Cassus. Like there's the name, so here's your name. Cassus came from like training, like fucking when I started training from Graves, and I think it was kind of a dig because I looked at it was like a video game character, and I saw the video game character, I was like, all right, bro, but it was still like an evil. From what I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like some evil like kingpin, crazy cannibal fucking video game boss, but it was a big ass dude, and I was like, yeah, call yourself Cassus, and I was like. And I just liked the name, so I stuck with it. So when finally the name came around, I'm like, that's just gonna be it. So yeah, it was pretty much just from the feud. And then after the pandemic, when I came back, I was debating whether I wanted to do R3 or Charles Cassus. And I'm like, I think Charles Cassus will be good. But I wanted to drop the R3, but people still call me that. And rightfully so, because it's been forever. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, we'll just do Charles R3 Cassus.
Hey, what do you want us to do?
And it works better with the Who's the Man. Like if I yell Who's the Man, nobody's going to be like, Cassus. I think R3 just kind of goes with it. So I'm either one.
I just yell, you are. That's
it's always funny when you hear R3, It's like a Soulja Boy song.
I'm just saying. Oh my goodness. So we talked a little bit about some of the older promotions you've wrestled for, or even trained at, right?
Yeah.
Or done training with. Give me your worst horror story of working under a wrestling promoter, working with a wrestling promoter. You don't have to name names, but something that where if you think about it, just still boils your blood to this day. Talk to me.
I think some of the stuff that bothers me the most is stuff that was done to people that like I care about.
I love it.
Because like to me in general, and I'm not trying to be like a hero here, but I get more pissed when people fuck with people I love than with me. Like you can call me names and do what I don't give a fuck, but if I hear you doing that to someone, I get fucking pissed.
Oh hell yeah.
I get pissed. Yeah. So, but I mean, I guess a couple of things was my first time, because you hear these whole things about people and like not paying you and stuff. So the first time hearing the phrase checks in the mail, I was like, oh shit, that's real. So that didn't piss me off. I mean, it pissed me off in the moment because there was a couple other things that happened throughout the day. If I say it, it's going to be too specific, but like a couple of things that happened and I was like, what the fuck? And then to finish it off with that, and I was like, all right, by the way, check never came.
That was a follow-up.
Yes, I think it was mostly that. Some stuff had to do with like a training class during a certain time period where we were doing our own show and we were doing pretty well with it. And I wanted to showcase the students, right? Sure. And the students were helping. Like it became a thing to where it was like, if y'all want a show for yourselves, you need to do all the work. And they did. And obviously they helped me or they enlisted my help because like, can we get a flyer, yada, yada. And I'm like, I'm not going to charge you guys. So we kind of started putting the show together. And the show it was a nice fucking house. Like it was very, very well done. And then we started kind of doing our own thing and putting these shows on. And it got kind of like taken away abruptly in a sense. And then it became a thing of like, I don't want this person or I don't want this to happen. And it became more like, okay, so now it's your thing again. And just couldn't let these people do their fucking thing. So that kind of stuff pisses me off because it affects these like students who are working hard, you know. So I would say shit like that. I know if I say more stories, people are gonna.
So essentially, you made an NXT, and then Vinnie Mac came through and made it 2.0. Kind of. That's how it sounds like.
Pretty much, honestly, and it was rough because people were having fun, and we were having. Obviously, they weren't the best because it was at that time, but like there were some fun promos, there were creative ideas, and they were hustling to get people on there and hustling at training. So it was very fun and it was great while it lasted.
Well, speaking of that, you got a triple C going on, right? We got the Cassus Community College. Now, with the Cassus Community College, we've talked about it a couple of different times. These are specific people, though.
Yeah.
And I want you to name them, all right? And I want you to tell me why these specific people, and what is the Cassus Community College?
So the place that I was running training from, it was kind of a joke, but not really, I don't fucking care. It was a thing of like, do we really want to be associated with this? And we ended up coming up with it was like out of the blue because I had alliterations. And I was like, oh, we'll just call it Cassus Community College. So it was kind of like a joking kind of way of not calling it what it was. So that's kind of how it started. But there was a period where people kind of split and some other people started doing their own thing. So there was like other places to train. So the class that was there initially when I was helping, I guess I had to make a choice because it was like, where do we go? Because someone had put in place a choice has to be made. And I was asked to take over. And I said yes, because I felt at that point I was more ready. And it was...
You're talking about taking over a school?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was more... Initially, I took it because the person that was going to take over if I didn't, trash. And because I was going to stop going. Like I was an assistant to someone. And then at a certain point, I'm like, I need to do some other shit. Like there was more stuff that was happening. That's when I set that boundary. Instead of like going on my lunches and shit, I'm like, you know what? I need some time for just myself. And the next day I was like, I'm going to go and talk to this person that I'm helping and just be like, hey, I'm probably going to take time off or it won't be as consistent. I'm going to come in once in a while. Like I was going to be kind of done with it. And that's the day where I was asked to take over because shit went down. And I was like, well, what if I don't? They're like, well, this person's going to, I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So then at that point, it's like became a thing to where like, I don't know where to go. And it sucks for the fucking students, right? Because some of it has to do with drama that's either other wrestlers or promoters or whoever. And instead of just dealing with the drama, they bring these brand new fucking kids out. And it just, one of the things I don't like is and I've been guilty of this before, which was I feel like I was ready now because I had fixed that or worked on that. But like, I don't like when people talk shit about other people to brand new kids because then these kids go and they already have this impression of some of it might be true like, hey, be aware of this or just so you know, but like when it's personal beef, you're like, oh, fuck this motherfucker. And then because the student admires you because you're training them, when they go and see this person, they're going to be like, yeah, fuck this mother. And they don't know this person. So there's already this weird perception going on because of fucking adult drama. Like, bro, like being a trainer and a mentor is a fucking responsibility. It's a hell of a responsibility. And this is why I say when I was like an assistant or I had my own day before, I wasn't ready. I shouldn't have. Because I did shit and I said shit that I shouldn't have. Nothing like crazy, but it was like I was a fucking asshole because I was behaving a certain way that I saw when I was coming up training. It's like, you gotta be a fucking hard ass and you gotta do this. And I was like, hey, don't be a pussy, you gotta fucking hit harder. And it was one of those things to where looking back, it's gross. And again, this goes back to when I was saying like, it's hard when you have to say not good shit about yourself because you don't want to. Right. And it's easier for me to not say that, but I own up to that shit. Like there was people who told me, it's like, I stopped going because you're like, it didn't seem like you care, like you were just being an asshole kind of thing. And it fucking sucks to hear that shit because you're supposed to be helping them chase their dreams or helping them realize that maybe this isn't for them. Because my opinion, wrestling is for anybody. It's not for everybody.
Ooh, say it again.
So,
say it again. Say it one more time to the camera.
Wrestling is for anybody, but it's not for everybody. So and at some points you want to be honest because it's the safety of human beings here. Like, hey, maybe this isn't your thing. But you want to give them the chance. You don't want to do one day and then they fuck up on a squat or they fall and be like, oh, you fucking suck. You don't want to talk to them like that. And that's kind of the shit we went through. Was just like fucking obliterated, or depending on your mood is how the fucking class was. If I'm in a shitty mood, then we're going to do fucking drills all day and you're a piece of shit and you fucking suck. So there was like, it was just, I took on that, and I shouldn't have had my own day or anything like that. So this time around, I wanted to work on that. And I'm like, I'm not going to baby and coddle these people, but I want to give positive reinforcement. If you do good shit, I want to reinforce that and fucking tell you that you did a good job. Just as good and as easy as I'm going to tell you how you fucked up. Why is it so hard to tell you when you do something good? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like everybody is good at fucking just telling you shit nonstop. You fucked up with this, you did this, and constantly, but then they don't want to give you positive reinforcement, because if you do it too much, they'll get spoiled. So it's fucking weird.
So I do want to ask, who are the members of the Cassus Community College?
All
like,
right.
let's show some respect, man, because
So
these kids have been tearing up the whole world,
yeah.
man. Talk to me.
So once all that split happened, my class was fairly small, and it consisted of Bryce, Damien Desire, Akira Gonzalez, and then eventually Cole Wright came in for a while. He had already trained in different places, but he was living here, so he wanted to come down. And then, Joy, I guess we can mention him. I won't get into anything.
Sure.
But he was there, so it was a good small class. And we had other people that came in and spent a good amount of time. But obviously, like, some people moved, and some people just, it wasn't their thing. So obviously the people who, Akira moved to Chicago, so he's living in Chicago. He was going through he had an injury. He like broke his arm, so he's healing up right now.
I heard.
Yeah. And
damn, didn't he just get back when he doing some stuff with Aguilar for a little bit?
Yeah.
God damn.
And then just teaming up with Aguilar is a curse.
It's a curse, bro.
Because one of them broke his arm and the other one fucking split. So like, I don't know. Good luck, LJ.
I love you so much, Omar. I love you so much. Man.
So essentially, obviously the ones that have like I'll say this, like Cole's done he's in Washington now. He's doing some really cool shit. And Bryce and Damien I'm gonna keep calling him Cheeks. Bryce and
where did Cheeks come from, man?
So,
what is going on with Cheeks?
So when he started, I asked him what his name was, and he told me what his name was, and I hated it. Again, my problem, but I hated it, and I was like, "No, do you have a middle name?"
Do you have a
And he's like, "No," and I was like, "Okay." I'm like, do you have a nickname?" And he was like, well, in high school or in school, they used to call me Chikorita, like the Pokemon. And I was like, cool, that's what we're calling you. So it was Chikorita. Okay. But then at one point I was like, dude, that's too long to say. When I have to yell at you, I can't be like, Chikorita. So then it turned into...
Imagine you call it out there like a Pokemon.
Fucking go. Run the ropes.
Oh my God.
So funny enough, I'm wearing a Pokemon shirt.
That's amazing.
But it became a... Then I just... One day, just Cheeks for like short. People think it's Cheeks because of his ass.
That's what I thought.
No. It's
That's
because
amazing.
it's Chikorita shortened down.
Well, the way he explains it is sort of like you said, but he doesn't...
No, he's not.
He does not do it well because he makes it sound like it's about his ass. Because it's just like, it's just a nickname I got from when I was, wrestling with, in school.
Yeah, I remember once when he started reffing, someone asked me like in the locker room, like, why this? And I started explaining to him, and he was like, with his tight ass black pants, he was going, he's like, oh, I thought it was because of that. I was like, no. So he's getting better at speaking. Like his interview he did with you, you can see the progress, which is really great. But yeah, sometimes his explanations are a little...
I just thought he hated me for that first year. And
no.
Then after a while, it was just like, oh, okay. We just got to open him up a little
He's done great. Like
he's so good.
His like progress in his like evolution. And then, again, this goes with what I was telling you about, like changing character or whatever. Is how he's grown and evolved and has gotten comfortable as a human being has translated to wrestling. So, and obviously I think sometimes it's reverse. Like the more we get into character and the more we see we're doing a good job and we're doing good shit, it helps us on a personal level. But it's like this, it's just constant give and take between the person, character, and all that. And yeah, I mean, people that see his pictures, like his long hair or whatever, and see now his fucking whatever that thing is, so I can.
Oh man,
it's like a fucking palm tree made out of ramen noodles.
He looks like an executor. Like it's just,
but it's great. It's
awesome.
It's a unique look. Like
he looks
it's
so
like a
sexy.
signature.
Oh my god!
I always tell him when he takes pictures, I'm like, go with your fucking hair because I'm not cutting
Pull,
that out.
You gotta, man. That's gotta be the whole picture. I'm telling you, that is so dope.
And but seeing the evolution and obviously training him, like just seeing all that has been even from as a person, wrestler, everything, and he's killing it. I think he just went to Washington this weekend, frequently going to Canada and all that, and is one of our Wrestledrag champions, like first Pride champion. Like this is I know people think why certain people are in certain positions, and is there some bias? Yes, I think if you say you don't have any bias towards anything in life, you're full of shit.
That's not true.
There is some bias, but there's also, but I'm also a fucking hard ass in the sense of like, if you're not doing what you need to be doing, I'm going to be harder on you. So it's definitely not like, hey, I'm putting you in this position just because you're fucking one of mine.
Right.
Like if you're not hustling like I need you to, no, but they're hustling, right? The promos, the way they talk, like, Bryce is fucking such a good talker.
Yes.
And the look, they've both have worked so hard to fucking look this way. Like if you see Bryce when I wrestled him, like I was his first match, like wrestling him, this little twink. And then now it's like the difference is wild. Right. And on everything, presentation, the gear, the music, the speaking, the in-ring. And you have all that. And then you have stuff that you don't have to ask for, right? If I'm putting a show together, promotion, don't have to ask for. Video, a promo, I don't have to ask for. Like, it's all there, and it's the initiative is there, and I appreciate initiative.
Right.
Like, for me, Wrestledrag isn't just, okay, who's good in the ring, or who's popular, or who's asking me for a favor. Like, there's this, like, checklist of, can I have you backstage without drama? Are you a good person? Are you easy to work with? Are you good in the ring? Like, are you safe? So like, to me, there's so many factors that go into something.
Right.
And when I don't have to ask you for things that you should be doing anyway, to be honest, like if I'm doing a show and you're not making an effort, if you want to get signed and you want a contract to a company that on a 3-hour show is like an hour and a half of theatrics or promos or interviews, what the fuck? Why are you not taking the initiative? Why do you have to wait to be asked? Clip this clip separately so these motherfuckers can see it. Why do you have to, if you want to get signed by an AEW or a WWE, right? Like the big ones, TNA or any big promotion that is like TV-based entertainment and requires promos and interviews, and that their show heavily consists of that. Why would you not make an effort to do this shit on your own? Why do you have to wait to be asked for something? And if you are asked, why is it just a fucking, okay, I'm just going to sit in my car and like whatever, or behind a wall. I don't care what you do it, as long as you get creative, right? And one of the examples I use is obviously body matters, right? Like the way you look and this and that. But if you have a body and you don't have a personality and you can't talk for shit, one of these big companies is probably not going to sign you. Let's be honest. Because they're going to have fucking 1,000 body guys. And they're going to have 1,000 people that can do a fucking 450. So you have to find this little thing that separates you from that. And if you're not trying to get better, or, oh, my promos suck, and fucking get better at them. What the fuck? Yeah. And again, like I know promos don't drive the shows, right? But it helps you and it helps us tell a story. And eventually, if you want to put a video together for something or if we get lucky and have like a screen entrance for the show, we can play that stuff on there. But again, for like these body people, like people go to the gym, but what, 3 hours, right? A day, 5 days a week, let's put it there. So it's like you're spending 15 to 20 hours a week on your exercise. But you can't spend more than 5 minutes on a fucking promo because you're either in a hurry or you just do it and you're like, that works. Like, nobody is going to see it. until you're satisfied with it. So why are you posting shit? And again, it doesn't have to be this like super 5-camera thing. Like it could be, it's just the angle,
Right.
what you're saying, a cheap light, like something to make it work. Like I was broke as fuck and I was doing my best to do promos. I would have Evan go with me and record me at the park, and I would steal fucking black latex gloves from work because I couldn't afford cool black gloves. And I just fucking added a beat and then did a couple different things. And it was like simple in the sense of what it took. But then when I edited it and put the fucking music on it, I was like, oh shit, and it is effort, you know, but like there's so many resources now to learn how to simple edit. And all it is, like, I know there's this big old thing about like car promos. People get pissed about it and it's lazy. I think not giving a fuck and just trying to take 3 minutes to do a random promo because you don't have time is lazy. I don't care where you do it. But like, do a car promo where the fucking angle is on the back of your head, like in the movie when someone's talking, and your eyes are on the rearview mirror, and that's the way you're talking. Like an angle, a different like filter, like to the video, some music could make such a big difference.
Right.
And there are movies and shows that I see, I'm like, oh, that would be a good fucking promo, a good visual. So I wish there would be some effort. But anyway, all that to say that these guys have not, it's just not like, oh, you're one of mine, here's all this shit. They fucking work hard for it. And you can see it. Like, you point at me, point out anybody else on the Wrestledrag roster who, sorry to call you guys out, but fuck it. Point out anybody else on the Wrestledrag roster who has done promos more consistent than them for my shows. Some of them have been booked for almost every show and have never done one. And should I ask you? I could. Do I need to? I don't think I should. I think it should either be like, do you want... I've had people who are pros, fucking experienced pros, hit me up and ask me, would you like me to do a promo? Can I? What would you like me to say? And I was like, yo, come on. If they can do this, put your fucking ego aside and do it. And yeah, I mean... just do it and get better. And if you're not good or you feel you're not good, keep doing and practice. I'm like, you filming yourself isn't going to be automatically posted to the internet. You decide when that goes.
Now, question then, as we follow up, because you just helped me so much with the segue, what is Wrestledrag? Talk to me about it.
A wrestling show, duh.
Okay, first of all, because the first thing I immediately just thought of drag and wrestling, which makes sense. However, I have family members, Charles.
They think drag queens are wrestling.
No. Well, that is part of it, yes. Yes. My mother, I love her so much. Yvonne, you are so sexy. Here's the thing, Yvonne. She has a question.
Yes.
And the main thing she asks me every single time that I go over to her house. Oh, she watches all the time.
Hey.
Yeah. She loves everything that we do with wrestling, but Wrestledrag, she's stuck on it. Because every time I go to her house, it's always... are the wrestlers gay?
Oh, so...
talk to me. What's going on?
Wrestledrag is inclusive wrestling. So we have people from the community, and we also have allies, true allies. So it's a combination of anybody. I didn't want to put it into like a particular group, because I think that's kind of like a disservice in a sense. And there are probably certain shows like every wrestler has to be this way or whatever, and that's fine. But like for Wrestledrag, from a personal experience, a lot of the people that were there for me were like allies, right? Because I didn't have like any gay friends or anything. So to me, I feel like the inclusivity of everybody is welcome as long as you're a good person and you're not an asshole. Is welcome to wrestling. I think it's a good way to display all these personalities and all these types of like every type of athleticism that we have. And so like one of the things that I heard when I was starting with wrestling, and I think a thing that was like a stereotype for a while is some promotions would always, not like here, like in general, would be like, okay, we're gonna need to book like the girls match, so just 2 women and that's it, and then we need to book like the gay wrestler, and like this is the gay wrestler for the show. So it was, everybody's kind of put in the same bubble of like, this is the one and that's it. right? Or like these are the girls, and that's it. And
You get the token gay.
yeah,
In the
so
show.
like,
That's crazy.
It's just one of those things to where that was happening a lot. Like way before like all this shit, right? But like, so you see that, and then I think that's kind of when like shows like these with these messages started happening, because it was like, let me put a group of people that are like in the community and show you that we're not all the fucking same. Because that was my fear when I came out. Like, okay, so now they're gonna make me like the big bi guy, even though I'm the big bi bear. But that's because I want it to be. But like, I never changed who I was in the sense, like I represented my colors and stuff, right? But I never changed me. So I was still like, here's me, and then here's another person from the community who like is a different personality. So it's like, yeah, we're proud of our community, and we want our community to succeed. But we're not in like a bubble. So I want to show people like, look at all this diversity and all this cool shit that we have, and it's not just like, oh, that's the gay wrestler, oh, that's the fucking bi wrestler or whatever. Okay. And yeah, and I know there was some people who did want it to be that way, or have said, and obviously some people I think assume everybody, and no, not everybody is. And I just want it to be like an inclusive space. Do we feature more? Yes. Right, like we do the festival and stuff, so I want to feature people who are like we do shows at the gay bar. Like, there's no way I want to book someone who's like, oh, I don't want to wrestle at a gay. Hit me up when you're at bullshitters. Like, no, fuck you. Like, I don't want those kind of people, right? And I think we have a really good fucking group, and we all get along. A lot of them are people I have become friends with from like when I was actively wrestling. So no, Yvonne, they're not all in the community. But
it's like every time I go to her house, Charles. I go to her house like once every couple weeks, and it's always
which one?
Are they all gay, or is it just like one, like all, like how does this work? And I'm just like, no, it's wrestling, then they do a drag performance, then it's wrestling, then drag performance. And she's like, so do the drag wrestles too? Like, how does that work? So talk to me about that, dude. So, what's going on?
When I met AB, because he was doing reffing, he was reffing at AWF when I came back, and I had to come out. Obviously, it was like during that time of coming out, so I was still getting to know people, and then I got to know him, and I think it just became a conversation of like him saying like, yeah, man, I always wanted to run a show where we like do drag performances in between matches. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Bryce's brother does drag.
I've heard.
Beatrix Bella Rouge. So
that's his.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
Wow. Incredibly talented.
Oh yeah.
God damn.
Insane. Yes.
Well, it runs in the family. I get it. Man. I totally get it. They both incredible performers. Go ahead.
And so my first live drag show was I went with their mom to go see Beatrix perform for the first time. So that was my first experience at that gay bar, and then seeing a live drag performance. I was like, this is fucking amazing. And I became obviously a fan, and I started seeing it more. And so then as me and AB circled back on the conversation, I was like, that's actually be kind of cool. And then if you think about it, and I learned this more and more, especially when I started watching Drag Race, here's how in the closet I was. I knew I would be interested, I would love the show, but I never watched it because I'm like, someone's gonna find out, they're gonna think I'm gay. Even though that's not the case at all, right? But I was like so fucking, and then after that hiking fucking thing that happened when I was a teenager, I'm like, I'm not posting or sharing or downloading shit anymore. But after watching Drag Race, I'm like, this is tough enough for drag queens. And honestly, it's very similar, right? You put yourself in like a character mode, you purchase and have fucking beautiful, amazing outfits that cost a lot of money. Music is utilized for a presentation, and then you try to get gigs to get booked and then get paid. It's essentially, I know all the DL dudes and the super straight bros are going to hate this, but drag and pro wrestling are fucking almost the same thing. Let's be fucking honest. Same thing. So as we talked about, I'm like, this would be fucking dope. And we get to, and like shit happened around our area where it felt like a not as safe place for wrestling. So we also had that, we're like, I want to provide a place where our fans, no matter what, could come and enjoy this and not have to worry about some fucking ding dong saying some dumb shit on a promo or just saying stupid shit in the locker room or whatever. Like, and that's where like I say I want good behavior and etiquette in the locker room. And I tell people that want to reach out for bookings.
Right.
This is what it is. Or if we ever collab with another promotion, I was like, if there's anybody that fucking is this, I don't. Obviously, you don't know everybody, right? With social media, it's a little easier, but it's the shit you find out. But like, you have to be, I want to be safe with that because I don't want our fans to experience anything like that. I don't want our staff to experience anything like that. I don't want our wrestlers to experience anything like that. I want it to be a safe, enjoyable environment. And the entertainment aspect of like drag is dope because it brings fans who come for the drag but have never seen pro wrestling to be like, oh shit. And even if someone were like, oh my God, look at these hot guys beating each other, whatever, but they're enjoying the wrestling and they're getting into it.
Right.
Fans who have never seen a drag show, like, dude, seeing Joseph and Sarah, it sounds like I said Joseph and Sarah. Joseph in Sarah.
Bro.
Whoa.
I thought, no, honestly, no, not gonna lie. For the entire first year, the whole first year, I was looking for this motherfucker's wife. I thought it was Joe and Sarah. I was like, oh, okay, so his wife just must be at every other show I'm not at. She must be at the AWF shows and the Lucha shows I don't go to. But then to be like in Sarah, I saw his name spelled for the first time.
Like, oh shit.
I was like, this motherfucker's one person.
But like, so seeing Joseph get so excited for like Benediction, I believe, is one of his favorites, and obviously Moxie's done performances.
Sure.
But like seeing him get pumped and seeing people who come for the pro wrestling and enjoy these performances, it's beautiful to. I have never had a fan at least come up to me and tell me I liked the show, but I didn't like the drag, or have people come and say I came for the drag queen, but the wrestling was okay. Like they enjoy the show as a whole. And it's just a cool experience. It's an attraction show. Like we're not here to compete with anybody. I don't fucking care. Like we're like an attraction. So like it's beautiful to me because it just brings people, no matter where, from no matter how you represent, who you are, whatever. It brings us all together, and we can put on a fucking dope show. I love pro wrestling, so obviously it's crazy because I think some people, when they see Wrestledrag and all this shit, they just think, how you say, the drag queens wrestling or everything is like comedy wrestling, but you come in and you see some fucking pro wrestling fucking matches. So like, it's all the things I love, like all mixed into one. From everything, the experience, the camaraderie, the connection with fans. Like every time I hear a fan say something, it's beautiful. Like our sponsors, just all that makes all this shit like worth it. And it's fucking, it was supposed to be just one. I keep saying that. It was just supposed to be one.
Well, next show, and what's so special about this one?
So, I'm going to pull out my small violin. So with that said, we have been running shows for like 3 years. With changes, financial changes and venues and like everything. I don't want to get into anything because I don't want it to make it seem like it's anybody's fault. But like with everything that's happened and things that have changed, it has full transparency. It has become a little bit of a financial struggle. And long term, I don't think I can do that, to be completely honest. So the September 5th show, Slay Game, is going to be our last show at Bullshooters for a long time.
Oh, wow.
Maybe, yeah. So it was a lot of back and forth. And yeah, so we were supposed to have one in December as well, but some stuff fell through. So September is our last Bullshooter show. We're still going to be around. Like we're still going to do the gay rodeo. We're still going to do Charlie's Denver if they'll have us, and we're still going to do Charlie's Phoenix in October, and then going forward, and we'll have obviously like any collab shows or like the expo. So we're still going to have some, but it's going to be reduced to like those 3 or 4 shows a year, and not the venue shows. It's not Bullshitter's fault, just venue shows in general.
Right.
So yeah, so this one's the last one, and it sucks, but I think it's the smart move to do. I feel with the shows we are running, we'll still be able to provide the message we need to do. We have really good relationships with other promotions, so I'm sure we can still make some shit happen.
Oh, easy.
But yeah, the September is going to be the last one at that place. Yeah.
And this is Slay Game.
Slay Game.
What was the inspiration behind calling it Slay Game?
All the fucking people I booked. There's too damn many. It's why I have financial struggles. So, in all seriousness, that's kind of true. But like, I saw how many people we had on, and I have this problem sometimes where like I go to other shows and I see someone do really good, and I was like, "We're gonna get you on the next show," and then I say that, and I forget because I don't write it down like a dumbass.
I should probably stop doing what you're talking.
And then when I put the sheet together, I was like, I have the list, and then people start hitting me. I was like, so we're good for this. I'm like, oh fuck. So then I start putting all the people I said shit to. I'm like, damn, we got like 25 people on here, and yeah. So this was kind of.
I thought it was just me. I don't feel that bad now. Okay.
So this was kind of the case. Google Sheets is your fucking best friend. I'll show you one of ours, but yeah. So this was a bigger amount of people than anticipated, and we did the Rodeo Rumble, so it was kind of cool to start getting into more like matches like that, stipulation matches. And for this one, I saw the amount of people, and I'm like, yeah, I think a Survivor Series style match would be dope. And we were thinking about, well, like everybody does like Survive and whatever, and I want to do that. And even though I think the match is called that, but like, I'm like, how do we make it a little gay? And obviously, slay is the fucking, we're going to slay. And then I was like, okay, we're going to call this like a Survive and Slay match, or Slay and Survive, whichever one. So we kind of went with the idea. And then I was watching Squid Game one day, and I was like, I'm going to call it Slay Game. So I was like, I think that's pretty dope. And then from there, as things developed, I wanted to keep the idea of like a Slay Game to where stuff is, I don't want to say random, but more like mystery-ish. And I was like, yeah, so that's what we're having. So we're having our 4 women, Brittany, Brooks, Amira, Gypsy, and Jin. And at the show, nobody knows now, at the show, there's going to be 2 singles matches. So when the first singles match happens, 2 women we picked at random, and they'll have a singles match. And the other 2 will have a singles match of their own later on the night. But we won't know until then. I know there was some question about the Survive and Slay match itself. So there's 8 competitors, and there's going to be 2 teams of 4. Then those 2 teams will go into like a Survivor Series style match. Sure. But I know people saw like the graphic and they thought the teams won't be decided until that moment. So it'll literally be someone's music at random will hit, and they'll be on one team. Then someone's music random will hit, and they'll be on the opposite team. So we're gonna go back and forth on the entrances. So and then those will be the teams, and yeah, and then we have a dog collar match. So
I've seen this. Yeah. Goddamn.
So it's gonna be a lot of cool stuff.
How do you plan a dog collar match? Like, how is that? Do you just go to the local Home Depot? Like, you just like, what's up, man? Like,
we go to the Gimmicks R Us.
All right. Okay. I just had. I knew there was a place. I knew there was a place.
I'll show you. I'll send you the invite.
See, junior promoter out here trying to do my thing. I appreciate any help I can get. Last question for you, dog. Are you actually are you quit tired for real? Talk to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. You're not gonna pull up at the end of Slay Game as the final entrant?
I'm pulling up at the end of Slay Game to have people give me gummy bears for my birthday. Okay. Because my birthday is September 9th. I was about
to say, your birthday's there.
Bryce's birthday is September 5th. It's the day of the show.
No way.
So he's bulking, so bring him some gummy bears.
That's amazing.
No, I'm just coming out to hand out envelopes.
I love it.
It's been a long time now. It's almost 2 years. November will be 2 years, and I haven't even taken a bump. Not one since my last match. So I'm chilling.
Wow.
I will enjoy. I don't want to say enjoy because it's like not running as many shows. Obviously, it's not going to be fun because I love doing it, but it'll be what's the word? Like more freeing in the sense of like the stress reducing. It'll be more. It'll be stress reducing in the sense of like I'll have a little more time. I can collab more with people, focus more on our festival shows, and focus more on me because I'm like trying to give myself, I guess, the stuff I didn't have, and I'm getting more comfortable in like my own space and doing things for myself. Like going to something as simple as going to the movies by yourself does wonders. So like I've worked on being, because I've always had, and I still have some, but like rejection and abandonment issues, because like I was abandoned a lot as a kid, and so I have those struggles. So it was always like I need to hang out with people. So now I'm getting comfortable just doing my own thing. There are days where I ignore everybody, like messages and whatever. So if I've ever ignored you for like a day or two, that's why. Especially after shows. Like when there's a show, I love seeing everybody and the interactions, and there's some stress obviously, but it's wrestling. And as much as I like it, it's a lot.
Oh yeah.
So I realized that the day after a show, I need to like recharge and like process.
Oh, I'm listening to you 100%. Ain't nobody talking to me Mondays.
Usually that's why I'm like, if we have a show on a Saturday,
sure,
and I'm like, hey, remind me about this, but do it on Monday, because I'm not answering you on Sunday. And when people if there's a show, don't ever fucking message me on Sunday unless it's an emergency. But if people like I've had people, I mean, whatever. I've had people hit me up like the next day. They're like, hey, do you know we're going to have footage? Do you have this? Like, bro, can I have a day, please? By the way, I need you all to understand this, because I did this a lot and I still do it now. When people on the creative side, I know independent wrestling is its own thing, right? From that aspect, from the financial aspect, I get that. But when you're asking someone and paying someone for something, you're paying for experience. So if someone gets you something fairly quickly, the idea shouldn't be like, oh, I should have paid less because you can do it in 10 minutes. Yeah, but it took me 20 years to be able to do it in 10 minutes.
Come on.
Additionally, for photographers, like, I don't like saying it how he actually says it, because I used to say McCormick, but it's not. It's wrong. It's McCormack, and I sound Zach.
Right.
So
right.
Fantastic. Like the turnover. I mean, his pictures and his work has fucking elevated, insane. But also the turnaround is fucking wild. But again, take that as like a luxury. Like, oh shit, thank you. Like it shouldn't be an expectation of the day or 2 days after a show to hit up a photographer and be like, do you have my pictures yet? Or a video person to be like, whatever. At least for me specifically, more often than not, I will communicate and be like, hey, once I'm told, hey, this will be done by this time, then I'll be like, hey guys, just so you know, this will be done by this time and you'll see it here.
Right.
But like, and I know people want to know, and I know there's certain instances where it's like, yo, can I get this clip or this video because I need it for this? Like I know instances like that happen, but be mindful of the process and how long shit takes. Like, and I know it's an interesting thing because there are so many places who you never see matches from. There are places that I wrestled 6 years ago that I still haven't seen my match from, or pictures that they took, and they're like, get dressed early for this, and then nothing shows up. So I get that there are so many places that don't provide that shit. So it probably makes you want to be like, are you sure if you have it or whatever? Mm-hmm. So, but if you work at a place or with people who have consistently provided stuff, just let them do their thing, please.
Well, first off, I'm going to thank you for that one, because that just felt like a personal...
Also...
Hey, that's my man right there. Yo, I appreciate you so very much, dog.
I appreciate
for coming
you.
through, explaining, just giving us an overall behind the curtain on the journey, right? Because we wanted to know everything from the aspect of where you were to what put like all the trials and tribulations, just from the aspect of coming out, right? Yeah. From running a wrestling promotion, from taking kids under the wing and making that next.
They're great kids.
They're
killing
great kids.
It. They are killing
Come on,
it, bro.
Period.
And I'm doing great.
Come on.
In general, like I'm. This is why I say like I'm not gonna come back, because I'm not in a place where I'm like, like when I was doing retail and working at other places, it was like, this isn't what I want to do, and I'm not very happy. So like wrestling is my escape, right? And I will always love wrestling, but it's not. I'm not at a point where I'm like, I need to be in the ring and do this because I have nothing else. Like, I have a fantastic job. I work with fucking amazing people. Like, dude, I don't know if he's gonna like this or not, but my boss is one of the most wonderful fucking human beings I have ever met in my life. Like, but like the environment, the opportunities, the place I am in a good place. Like doing, and it has allowed me to do things for myself. So it's not even just like this one thing. It's this thing that is taking care of me that lets me get massages and take care of my body that I didn't for 10 years. And it lets me go to the gym when I need to and take my time. It lets me go to therapy. It lets me go to the dentist to get my fucking tooth that got cracked 12 years ago fixed. Like, it allows me to do all these things to where I am in a good place. I'm comfortable. I get to do essentially like whatever I want. I get to heal my inner child and buy Funko Pops if I want to. I just bought 2 last night. Man. And play video games. When I started training, I stopped playing video games. And I never played. Like, I would play scattered like at arcades, but like never had a console until fucking after I quit. So like it allows me to do these things. And yeah, like I'm in a really good place. So this isn't, I know people are still going to question it, but this isn't a thing to where I'm like, oh, my life isn't the greatest, so I need my escape. I did it, and I'm still doing it in the sense of like running shows and helping with other shows and providing. Like, I never thought I'd be in a place where I would like be helping people in this way, because I never saw myself like that, you know. But like with like getting confidence and knowing that I'm good at fucking this shit. And I don't care what anybody says, I'm fucking good at this shit. Like, I'm able to help from a promotion side, a graphic side, video side, and because I did all that shit. I did the filming, I did the editing, all that, and fucking wrestling. Like my Bryce and Damien are like those are mine. Like I did that, or I helped to do that.
Exactly.
And yeah, and then life is fucking good. So there's nothing. I have all that. So it doesn't. The in-ring stuff isn't like a requirement. Like I don't need it.
I love it.
So
I love it. That is so. Oh, yo, we got to end on that note. Period. On the best note. On the period. So make sure, for one, that you are going to check out September 5th.
September 5th.
We
Friday.
got Slay Game.
Friday.
We got to make sure it's Friday instead of Saturday, right? Because that's very important. Because if you pull up on Saturday, we're not going to be there.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure you're there on Friday, dog. Now, I am under the special horror drag perforence.
Yeah,
I'm very excited about this.
We have a new drag performer
because we got to end. Because that's the ender. That's the book end, if you will.
We have a new drag performer, and I think they're gonna do fantastic. If you see the TikTok videos, we'll have to find it and like link it in the video somewhere.
Of course.
But like the videos with like Candy and like the special effects is wild. So I am so excited for this performance. I love the horror side. Dragula is horror drag. I don't know if you've ever seen that show. It's like the drag race, but like in a horror. They're gonna be here in September, and I'm going. What? And yes, and it's fucking beautiful. So
Dragula.
Yes. So we're gonna have Benediction, and then Nicolette will be performing as well. Debut. So I'm excited.
Oh my God. Make sure y'all checking that out, baby. It's going to be at Bull Shooters, dog. It's going to be the very last Wrestledrag event for as far as foreseeable future on the routine basis.
Yeah.
Then my man is picking it back up with the 4 events that he's going to be having throughout the year. Make sure you're checking out Wrestledrag, all-inclusive professional wrestling, only independent joint out here. You already know where to find it.
Yvonne, are you going or what?
Yvonne, you better go. Yvonne will go because she's got enough questions for me, so she's going to have to bring her ass. Period. And that's on period.
Does she drink?
She doesn't drink. She's a wine person. She's a wine person. I don't think so.
Well, I'll buy you pizza.
She loves pizza. I'm not gonna lie. She knows.
There you go.
There we go. Period. On the joint. Yo, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
Man. I really appreciate it. Yo,
real look out for the 15 parts to this video.
My man knows it's gonna get split up, at least into 2 parts. We don't know about the 15, but at least you know it's gonna be 2 full joint on the Patreon, uninterrupted, so that way you can have some fun right there, and you can see some behind the scene joint, only stuff he's approves that y'all gonna be hearing about. Yo, until next time, it's been your boy Jon Johnson. I've been kicking it with the one and only R3, owner of Wrestledrag, Charles Cassus. Yo, you know what it is.